Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about Google Search Console. Now, this was also known as Google Webmaster Tools previously. Recently, they've renamed it to Google Search Console. What exactly is a Search Console? A Search Console is a tool by the search engine to give you an idea about the performance of your website. So basically, we can understand how many clicks are you getting from the search engine, what are the total number of impressions that you're getting onto it, whether your URLs have been crawled by Google or not, or indexed to your website is indexed by Google or not. Are there any coverage issues or not? And all those things we can learn from the Google Search Console. So it's one of the most important tools, and even if your website is new or a business website, it is highly recommended that you should integrate the Google Search Console into your website. More on this in the next video. In this video, we are going to learn how to add your website to Search Console. So basically, I'll add this website agency7.xyz so that you can follow the same steps and add your domain as well. So first of all, you're required to log into Google Search Console, and on the right left hand side, you need to click on the drop down which is provided here. Here, you can click on Add Property. Now, I'll just click on Add Property. Now it will ask you whether you want to verify a domain or you want to verify a URL prefix. So you can select URL prefix. It's a easier way to do it that way. Another option would be to add your domain name, but where it will check all your subdomains, etc. But here you will need to have access to your hosting or the domain from wherever you have purchased the domain. You'll require to log in, and you require to give them certain details. Like for example, in this case, let me just show it to you. So here they will ask me to remove HTTPS and all. Okay, so we can just add the domain name. We can click on continue, and it will give me this option. So basically, you can sign into your domain provider, copy the text below into the DNS configuration. So how to do this? If you don't know, you can reach out to the website from where you have purchased either your domain name or hosting, and you can ask them to set this as your DNS configuration as text. So in this video, we will be doing with the URL prefix. So I'll just copy the website here. Okay, I'll click on continue. Okay, now it is asking me to upload a HTML file onto the server. Okay, now let's say for example, if you don't know how to do this, if you don't have a server and you're not sure how to go about doing the verification, one more option is Google Analytics access. So if you've already installed Google Analytics onto your website, then you will be able to install it there. So that's also one of the ways of verifying your ownership. So basically what Google is trying to do is Google is trying to understand whether you actually own this website or not. Because if you don't own the website, you will not be shown the data, because this is sensitive data, that how many clicks are you getting from the search engine. Let's say if you get your competitors data, if you get to know how many visits your competitor is getting from the search results, so it will be easy to bring down the competition and get your website rank there on the top. So to avoid all those things, they will verify whether it is actually your website or not. Now, since this website is on WordPress, we can do it via WordPress as well. It's very easy to do that via WordPress. So I'll just log in to the admin panel. Okay, once you've logged into the dashboard, you can go to plugins, add new, and you can install a plugin by Google. So it's known as Google Kit. So Sidekick Kit by Google, Analytics, Search Console, AdSense, etc. So we'll install that and we'll activate that. So once it has been activated, you can just go to the settings Okay, you can go to the site kit here. Here on the top we can see site kit. So you need to click on that, and we'll click on that. Now it will ask you to sign in with Google. So help us improve SiteKit by sharing anonymous data. If you want, you can select this. Okay, this is optional. I've selected it, and I'm just clicking on sign in with Google. Okay, so here it is asking to verify the owner of this. Okay, so it's basically asking me the permission whether I can sign in with Google or not. So here I'll just give the permission. Okay, just click on proceed. Okay, allow to access Google. So you are a verified owner. So basically they have verified the ownership. I just click on allow, and the setup is done, and I can go to my dashboard again. So basically the search console has been set up. Okay, and if I just click here, just click on done, and here when we click on the property, it says verification method HTML file ownership auto verified. So since we installed that plugin, SiteClick plugin by Google, our ownership has been automatically verified, and now we can just go to the property. Okay, if you have set this account for the first time, it will take some time for you to see the results. So basically processing data, please check again in a day or so. So they are processing the data of the search report. Now this domain name is relatively new, so we will not be seeing much traction in this account. But we've got other demo accounts which are there where we already are getting some traffic from Google Search Console, from Google Search, and we will get some data onto it. So see you in the next video with more information. Hi friends, in this video we are going to understand how we can measure the performance of our website on the Google Search Console. So I'll just click on the drop down. I'll go to prostheticsindia.org, and here I'll click on performance. I'm already there on performance, so we can see. Now here it is a dashboard which will give you an idea. So basically in the last 3 months time, we have got 561 clicks on this website, and we have got 33,400 impression on the results on the search engine. Okay, the average CTR, the click through rate is 1.7%, and the average position for all the keywords combined is 21.6. Now what exactly is clicks? So basically by clicks we mean the number of clicks we got from Google. So let's say for example, if somebody has searched for this website on Google like this, so this is an impression. Okay, so basically if one person has searched it like this, so it is one impression. Like that, 33,400 people have actually seen the website here. Okay, now it's not necessarily only the same keyword, that is prostheticsindia.org. It's not necessarily the same keyword. It could also be some other keyword. For example, uh, wheelchair company in Bangalore, okay, or whatever keyword for which this website is ranking. So impressions are overall impressions. Total impressions are overall impressions for all the keywords combined. Next is the total number of clicks. So basically, with all the keywords combined, it is receiving 561 clicks on this website are received. Okay, so this is last 3 months. So basically, the percentage of clicks to impression is CTR, click through rate, which is 1.7%. So basically, if you do a 1.7% of 33,400, you'll get 561. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Average position is the average ranking of this thing. So let me just select all the parameters which are visible here. And if we just scroll down, we can see the keywords for which it is coming, like top prosthetic companies in India. Okay, for this, we are getting 10 clicks, 152 impressions, and CTR is 6.6. Average position is 5.5. So we are ranking somewhere between 5 to 6 on an average, fifth or sixth position. Autobox wheelchair price in India, 7.5% CTR. Impression is 120, 7.9 is the average position. So somewhere between 8 to 7, we are ranking between somewhere around there. Best wheelchair company in India, again we are getting 9 clicks, 93 impressions, and CTR is 9.7. So around 10% of the people getting to see our result are clicking on the result. So average position is 3.8. Okay, now this is the queries. So basically these are the queries for which your website is ranking on Google or getting some traffic. That is 1 clicks, so many impressions, so many CTR, so much position, etc. Next, we can click on the pages and we can see the traffic that pages are receiving. For example, in this case, list of wheelchair companies is receiving 181 keywords and the total impression is 6,378 with a CTR of 2.8%. Average position is 21.1. Now, why is it 21.1? Because it could be for n number of keywords and not just one keyword. So when we just click on this, okay, if you click on a URL, the page will come up here. Okay, and you can see all the keywords for which your page is getting traffic. So you can just come back to query after clicking on the page, and if you're just clicking on the query, you will be seeing all the queries that page is ranking up for on Google, or all the queries for which that specific page is getting the traffic. Okay, so here best wheelchair company in India, wheelchair brands in India, best wheelchairs in India, wheelchair manufacturer in India, etc, etc. Now, what you can do further is you can include all these keywords into your article or content and make it more, rich. But I would strongly recommend not to change the title and the intro para of the article if your article is ranking on Google, because we have done that in the past and we have paid a very high price. So one of our articles was ranking number 1 on Google, and we thought of getting more traffic for some other keyword also. So what we did is we modified the title little bit, we modified the intro para little bit, but the result was disaster. Google stopped ranking it for the old keyword also. Forget the new keyword, we did not get much traffic for that, but the old keyword also stopped ranking. So it's very important that when you have set up a page, you don't play around with the title and the description and the intro paragraph unless some update is very necessary. Also, that I would suggest you can have a second paragraph and have a title as update and give the updated information there. Okay. So basically you can select the page. So I'll just delete this page. I'll just click on the cross sign. And you can also select a query. So for example, top prosthetics company in India. You have clicked on there. So you get to know all the information about it. The pages, okay, the countries. Okay, so basically you're getting 9 clicks from India and you're getting some impressions from UK also and US also and stuff like that. Okay, devices, you get information about the device. Let's just cross this keyword. We don't want to just look for one specific keyword. Let's just cross this keyword, and here we can get the information about the device. So see, can you see the astonishing fact that around 30 38 382 clicks are coming from mobile devices, and impressions 17,000 impressions. So it's more than 50%, slightly more than 50% of your impressions are coming from mobile. So if your website is not optimized for mobile, if you are not having a responsive website, you are losing out 50% of the potential traffic that could come to your website. Also, if you see, the ranking on the mobile is much higher compared to the desktop versions. Okay, and then we can select search appearance. So search appearances, now most of the results are coming from AMP, accelerated mobile pages. Okay, so we'll talk about we spoke about this in the mobile friendliness, and okay, we'll also see how it can be implemented in one of the sessions. So you've got impressions, you've got CTR. So maximum result is coming from your AMP website only itself. Okay, you can also check the dates. So how much traffic you get on a specific date. So 25th you got 2, 24th you got 4, 22nd was good, you got 10 hits, 19 was also good, you got 10 hits, and so on and so forth. Okay, uh, now what you can do is we can also compare a couple of periods. Okay, so let's say here we can see the date. So we'll just click on date here, and let's say I want to see for the last 12 months what was the result. So I'll just click on apply. So we can see the overall traffic is going down little bit. Okay, so how we can compare this? So it's very easy to compare. You can just click on edit on the date. You can just click here on the compare button, and we can compare last 3 months to previous 3 months, previous period, or let's compare 6 months to previous period. So basically we are comparing 6 months, 6 months, and here we can see the previous 6 months we had an impression of 2.88 thousand, and currently we have got 1.68 thousand. So basically we are losing out on traffic. So 2800 somewhere we had the impressions, and now it is sorry, the clicks, and now it is 1680 somewhere around. So basically you have we have lost around, if you just subtract this to 1200, 1200 hits we have lost in the last 6 months. Okay, total impression previous 6 months it was this one, and last 6 months it's 96.7. Now why is this loss? Okay, it could also be, not necessarily it is because of your website not being maintained or something like this. It could also be because of Google algorithm update that your traffic is going down. So basically this is giving you a complete idea of how is your growth structure going, whether you're going up or you're going down, how exactly and what exactly is happening on your website front. That is what you are able to see through it. Search type, you can see web, images, video, news. So we'll just click on image, and we will just do image, and we can see that the images are also how much traffic we are getting from the images. So last 6 months, previous 6 months it was around 457, and now it's 378. So that is increased. Okay, the total impressions have increased though. The total clicks have gone down. So your CTR is 0.2% now. Previously it was 0.3%. Average position more or less is the same itself. What are the queries? Queries are like prosthetic leg types. The difference in the clicks you can see here. The clicks have fallen down by 14. Okay, the impressions have again fallen down. No, impressions have increased. The clicks have fallen down. The CTR is going bad here. Again, the types of prosthetics leg last 6 months 9. So it has increased by 2. Has increased by 5, decreased by 5, decreased by 8. So basically you're not only seeing details in isolation, but you're actually able to monitor how is your website performing. And that's why it's very very important to understand and install the Google Search Console into your website. Okay, this was about performance. So you can explore this. There's one more good thing. You can just just go to the right hand side here. You can click on export. So you can just click on Google Sheet, and the entire report will be added in the form of a Google Sheet. So this Google Sheet will be added and you get all the data about it, like the prosthetic leg. So whatever report you are seeing here will be added in the Google Sheet. So let me just remove the image. Let me just click on web. Let's not do a compare. Let's just look at last 7 days. For example, let's just keep it simple for this purpose. Compare for last 7 days. Okay, not compare. Last 7 days. I'll just apply. Click on apply. And now I'll just click on export. And we'll just click on Google Sheet. So new sheet will be generated. And we can see the CTR position, the impressions, the clicks that we are getting. So in the last 7 days, we have just got like 4 clicks from a certain type of the keywords which are there, and not much. So this is how you can check your performance, how it is going, whether it's good, bad, ugly, and you can improve upon it, okay, based on the data that you have. So you get a great amount of data from Google Search Console. So please refer back to it. Once a month, it's always good. If you have time, you can do it every week also to see how it's going. Don't do it daily. Daily becomes too much. But once in a week, you should definitely come down and spend some time on the Google Search Console to see how the trends are going up. See you in the next video with more information. The next tool that we are going to look into is the URL inspection. So here on the left hand side, we can see URL inspection. We'll click on it. As soon as you click on it, it will point towards the top of this search bar. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll just open one of the pages. Okay. Let's just open this specific page. Let me just click on top artificial lips companies in Ludhiana, for example. Okay. I'll just copy this page and I'll just save it here. Okay. I'll just paste it here. And I'll click on enter. So I pasted the URL here and I'm clicking on enter. Once you click on enter, it will tell you the index status. Okay, now what exactly is the index status? Index status means whether the URL can appear in the Google search results or not. Okay, so now here we can see it says URL is on Google. So this specific URL is there on Google already. Coverage, submitted and indexed. So basically the URL was submitted. How it was submitted? Through the sitemap of the website, and referring is this one, tag referring tag is this one, and this is how the URL was this thing. And is it mobile friendly? Page is mobile friendly, so it says the page is mobile friendly, and it also has crawler. So basically it has also been AMP. AMP is also valid. Accelerated mobile pages is also valid to this page. So this is a very good thing. Okay, since this website is pretty old, we can see all the URLs will be indexed and all. Let's look at this specific website. So here what I'll do is I'll just go to this website here, and let me just click on SEO. Okay, now let's see whether this URL is crawled or not by Google. I just click on that and URL, and it says the URL is not on Google. Okay, this page is not indexed, but not because of an error. See the details below. So basically the URL is unknown to Google. Now many a times what happens is that if you have created a new website, it takes a lot of time for Google to actually crawl your URLs. And in such cases, how can you expect your website to rank? Because the URL is not there on Google. So what we need to do is we need to click on request indexing. We'll have to wait for a minute or so. Submitting request. The URL was added to priority crawl queue. Submitting a page multiple times, submitting a page multiple times will not change its queue position or priority. So basically what is happening, Google has told us that it has accepted the request, indexing requested, and you need not do anything now. So we'll have to wait for Google to actually accept this page, to crawl this page, and then put it on their search results. So basically, they may not put it on the first page of Google immediately. It will definitely take time, but the page has been indexed at least. So it is asking whether we want to request again or not. So most of the time, if there are certain changes that you have made to the page, in such cases, you will require to resubmit it or reindex it. So you will have to request again. So you'll have to request Google to index the page again. That's what you'll require to do. Okay. So this is one of the important thing you need to do. So you should do it for, let's say if you've got hundreds of pages on your website, you need not do that repeatedly, but definitely uh, if you have 5-10 pages, you can do it once, and then you can basically you are notifying Google that you've got certain pages which have been created and you would like to index them. So that's what you are notifying Google. So URL inspection tool is one of the most important tools, and I'll see you with more content in the next video. Hi everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, we are going to talk about the coverage, sitemaps, and removals, which falls under the index tab of the search crawler. Now, since this website has been currently added, we are not seeing any data here. So let me just switch the website account. Let's go to this one. Okay. Here under coverage, it is showing us the errors, that there are 19 errors and one issue. And there are 498 valid pages, and there are 1.4 pages which have been excluded. So basically what is happening here, in the coverage, Google will show you if there are certain errors which are coming in your page, in your website, due to which Google is not able to index your pages or not able to get information from your pages. So this is primarily what you get to know from here. You can click on this, and for example here, submitted URL seems to be a soft 404. 404 means it has not been opening. The page is giving a 404 error. Now there are few pages which are giving 404 error, like this is prosthetic.india.org, and it's artificial lips Bangalore, so artificial lips Chennai, and these are some of the example URLs which have been given here. So you can just click here and you can see how many URLs it is showing. It's showing 19 URLs. So basically there are issues with 19 URLs which are here, and you can see there are 19 URLs which are here. So why is it giving the soft 404? We can just try and open this. So the web page is opening, but due to some reason Google is not able to crawl it. So we'll just click on validate fix because the page is opening. So um, validation started. So now Google will check from their end whether this has been fixed or not. Okay, the source was a smartphone. This could be maybe because the server was down, and because of which this error could have come up. Now these errors are very important for you to check them once a week and all, because if your website is not serving properly, if there is an error, Google will tend to push it down in the search engine results. and you may lose some good amount of traffic as well. So that's about coverage. The second point is sitemaps. Now, if your website is based on WordPress, and if you have installed this Yoast SEO plugin, you don't have to manually create sitemaps. So sitemap will be automatically generated. So here we can see this is the current sitemap of this specific website which is there. And so if you want to just see, I can just copy this, and I can just slash, and I can just put the XML sitemap here. When I do that, I get to know all the sitemaps which are there. Now, basically, what exactly is a sitemap? Sitemap is collection of all your links of your website. So let's say, for example, this website has so many links, all of them. So for example, XML sitemap contains 153 URLs. So it's a list of all URLs which are here. Now, why submitting sitemaps becomes important? Because Google then just needs to crawl all these URLs. It will not crawl any other URLs except for these one. It may crawl other URLs as well, but these are something which we are conveying to Google are on our priority list. So this is something which Google requires to crawl first and index these links. So it's very important to submit a sitemap, and once you submit a sitemap, it will tell you how many URLs are there, and then you can also see index coverage. So see index coverage, and it will tell you what are the errors. If any errors are coming up, then it will tell you that these are the errors which are coming up. So creating a sitemap is very, very important. Let's say if your website is not on WordPress, you're not using Yoast SEO. In those cases, what you can do is you can use online tools, generate XML sitemaps. So you can just Google it out, and here you can get n number of websites, xml-sitemaps.com, where it will allow you to generate the sitemap. So you just put the website URL here. Let me just put this website URL, and let me just click on start, and it's scanning all the URLs, and then it will generate a sitemap. So it says, please wait, we are crawling your website, and the sitemap has been generated. Okay, this may work if it's a small website. If so, basically they are creating sitemaps free for 500 pages account. If you service to maintain your sitemap, okay. So basically for 500 pages it is okay. Otherwise, you will have to go with a pro service. But again, as I mentioned, if your website is on WordPress, you don't have to worry about all this. You just install the Yoast SEO plugin, and we are sorted. Our sitemaps will automatically get generated. The last option, that is removal, is something which can be used. Let's say if you want to remove a certain URL out of Google. Now, this rarely somebody uses this information. So let's say, for example, if you have got this page, and let's say if I say this page is something which I don't want it to be ranked on Google, what I can do is I can just copy it here. I can paste it. I can click on new request. I can enter the URL, remove all the URLs with this prefix, or remove this specific URL. I can just enter here, and I can just click on next. Okay. So URL is not a property. This is mainly because I've copied the agency 7.xyz link, and I'm trying to do it in the prostheticsindia.org. But most of the time you should not be doing this unless it's really urgent, that you want to temporarily remove certain information, or you want to have some outdated content which you want to remove. Save search filtering, if you want to do that, then you can do that. Okay, so removal request is rarely used by anybody. Nobody wants to remove their URLs from Google. At the most, if you don't want people to visit that thing, you will use a 301 redirect or 302 redirect, and you can redirect that page to some other more productive page rather than removing it from Google. Because any which ways, we are taking so much of effort to make sure that our website ranks on Google. After all those efforts, now we want to remove it, so it sounds strange. But yes, in certain cases you may have to do that. So for that you have got this removal option which is there. So that's all for this video, and I'll catch up with you in the next session, in the next video. The next option that we are going to talk about are the links. So again, since this account is new, we'll not be seeing anything here. So we'll just switch to maybe Prosthetics India. So what this shows you, it shows you external links, which are, links from outside your property to your property. So basically it's showing the links which are going away from your website, and it's also showing the top linked website pages in your property linked from other pages in your property if you've used the old report. Okay, fine. So basically what is happening, it is showing you external links, and also it's showing you interlinked pages as well here. So basically this list of wheelchair company, it has got 2014 links. This got 1697 links. This got 918 links, so on and so forth. If we scroll down, okay, these are okay, but top linking sites, this is very important. So here you can see the backlinks that you're getting from the various websites. So here you can see you're getting backlink from sitelink.org, medium.com, reddit.com, socialgrape.com, siteprice.org. So all these websites you're getting backlink. If you click on more, you can see you're getting backlinks from over 100 websites which are there. Okay. So basically what is the significance of it? You can see that these are the sites, okay, from where you are getting the backlink, which Google has recognized. Google may have recognized many more, but these are the main ones where you're getting a do follow backlink. Okay, now what is a do follow backlink? We'll speak about that when we are talking about off page SEO and backlinks, but for now you can just understand this much here. Top linking text, navigate to website, types of wheelchairs, okay, navigate to website so and so. So basically these are the top text, anchor text, for which you are getting the backlinks. 10 things to know before buying artificial limbs, so on and so forth. So similarly, if you just look at some other website, maybe safepanel.org, you will get the same set of information here also. And here also you can see all the websites from where you're getting backlinks. So this is one good set of information, though it's not the best source of information about links, but yeah, you can get some information here. More on the search console in the next video. The next option below the links is settings. So if you just click on the settings, you can get to know whether the ownership has been verified. Your ownership has been verified. Okay, what are the users and permissions? So basically if you want, you can invite more users here. You can add their email IDs, and you can decide what permission do you want to give them. Owner will make them the owner. Full means they can view the reports and everything, but they cannot add anybody else. Restricted would give them limited access to the entire search console. So this is how you can add more number of people to see the reports and all. Association, so basically if you click on this, you can connect Google Analytics property to this property, and any other associations if you have done, it will show here. But if you have not done it, it's absolutely okay, but it's good to have Google Analytics linked with your search console. So you can just click on associate and you can link to it. Next is a change of address. So let's say for example, if your website is changing, so tomorrow I say instead of agency7.xyz, I want to name it agency7.in. So I will need to give the new site address. I'll need to add that property here, and then I'll give that new website address here. And I also will require to do a permanent redirect, that is 301 redirect must be also set up. Okay, but most of the time people don't do that. Okay, so that is something because it's very difficult migrating domains and maintaining your search searchability is really difficult. So let's say for example, if you have worked on one website for years and years, and now you are changing that domain name, chances are that you'll lose all your traffic. Okay. Because it's very unpredictable, Google crawler and all. So I would recommend, think of a domain, stick to it. Even if you want to change the domain or something, okay, you really need to strategize it well. So I would suggest you should avoid it. Okay. Next is crawl stats. No data available yet because this site has been just recently added, so we are not seeing any data there. Indexing crawler, so it's showing Googlebot smartphone. Okay, switched on so and so date. So this is there. Property added to account 27th February 22. So we have recently added to it. So now if you want to remove it, you can remove the property from here. You can simply click on remove property at the bottom right hand side and you will be able to remove it. So that's all for this video. Catch you in the next one. Hi all, welcome to yet another video. In this video, we're going to talk about the technical SEO or technical aspects of SEO. So first of all, we need to make sure that there are no coverage errors which are coming. So we have seen this in the previous section, that how we can see the coverage section, coverage errors. So we can just go to index, under index we can go to coverage, and here if there are no errors, then you are sorted. So basically everything is good, so you don't have any issues that Google is not able to fetch your data. Second most important thing that you require to do is you require to see the index status of your website. How do you do that? You can just click on the URL inspection, and here you can just click on the whatever URL is there, and then you can see whether it has been crawled by Google or not. If it is not crawled by Google, you can just request indexing. And we'll just wait for a minute or two. So basically Google is testing if the live URL can be indexed. Okay, I think we've closed the process. Okay, so the URL has been added to the queue. So sometimes it takes a month or a couple of months for the index for the URL to be indexed by Google. So you need to keep that in mind as well. So this is the second most important thing which you require to check whether your URL that you are trying to rank for has been indexed or not. Because if it's not indexed, then you will never rank on Google for that specific link. Rest we'll talk about in the next video.